How to talk with strangers in English? Talking to strangers in English might seem scary at first, especially if you're still learning the language. However, with the right attitude, some simple phrases, and a little practice, you can confidently have conversations with people you don't know. In this video, we'll talk about how to start conversations, keep them going, and feel more comfortable talking to strangers in English. 1. Why talking to strangers is important. Talking to strangers can help you improve your English. It gives you practice in listening and speaking in real-life situations. It's also a great way to learn new words and phrases. The more you talk to strangers, the more confident you will become in your English skills. 2. How to start a conversation with strangers. Starting a conversation with someone you don't know can feel difficult, but it doesn't have to be. Here are some ways to start talking to a stranger in English. A. Start with a smile. When you smile, it makes you look friendly and approachable. People are more likely to talk to you if you seem kind and open. So, always try to smile when you start a conversation. B. Say hello or hi. One of the easiest ways to start a conversation is by simply saying hello or hi. You can also say good morning or good afternoon, depending on the time of day. This shows that you want to talk and that you are polite. For example, hello, how are you? Hi, how's it going? C. Ask simple questions. After you say hello, you can ask simple questions to start a conversation. Some common questions to ask a stranger are, how are you? Where are you from? What do you do? This means what's your job? Do you like this place? If you're in a park, a cafe, or a public place. These are easy questions that anyone can answer, and they can help you start talking. D. Introduce yourself. If you want to make the conversation a little more personal, you can introduce yourself. This can be as simple as saying, my name is your name. Nice to meet you. People like to know who they're talking to, and introducing yourself can make the conversation feel warmer and friendlier. Example, hi, my name is John. What's your name? 3. What to talk about with strangers. Once you've started the conversation, it's important to keep it going. Here are some ideas for things to talk about with strangers in English. A. Talk about the weather. Talking about the weather is one of the easiest ways to keep a conversation going. Everyone has an opinion about the weather, and it's a safe topic to talk about. You can say something like, it's a beautiful day today, isn't it? Wow, it's so hot cold today. I hope it doesn't rain. B. Ask about their day. You can also ask strangers about their day. People usually like to talk about what they've been doing, and it can help you learn more about them. Here are some examples. How was your day today? Did you do anything interesting today? What have you been up to? C. Talk about common interests. If you're in a place where people share a common interest, like a library, a park, or a cafe, you can talk about that. For example, if you see someone reading a book, you can ask, what book are you reading? Is that a good book? If you're in a park or at a sports game, you can ask, do you come here often? How long have you been playing the sport? D. Ask for help or give help. Something, or if you need assistance, it's okay to ask. This gives you a chance to practice speaking and listening in English. For example, can you help me find the bus station? Excuse me, do you know where the nearest supermarket is? If you see someone who needs help, you can offer assistance. Do you need help with that? Can I give you a hand? 4. How to keep the conversation going. After you've started talking to a stranger, you'll need to keep the conversation going. Here are some easy ways to do this. A. Ask follow-up questions. Follow-up questions are questions that you ask after someone gives you an answer. These questions help the conversation flow and keep it interesting. For example, if someone tells you about their job, you can ask, "That sounds interesting. How long have you been working there? What do you like most about your job?" If someone talks about their hobbies, you can ask, "That sounds fun. How did you get into that hobby? How often do you do that?" B. Give compliments. Giving compliments is another good way to keep a conversation going. Compliment the person on something you notice about them, like their clothes, their smile, or something they're doing. For example, "I like your shirt. Where did you buy it? You have a great smile. That's a cool backpack. Is it new?" C. Talk about your own experiences. Share a little bit about your own life, too. This makes the conversation feel more like a two-way exchange. You don't have to talk too much, just a little bit. For example, "I love reading books. I just finished one about topic. I recently moved to this area. How about you?" 5. How to end the conversation. After talking for a while, you might want to end the conversation. Ending a conversation politely is important, and you can do it in a friendly way. Here are some ways to end a conversation. "It was nice talking to you. I have to go now, but it was great meeting you. Take care and have a good day. I hope we can talk again sometime." Ending the conversation politely leaves a good impression and shows that you're respectful. 6 tips for talking to strangers in English. Here are some additional tips to help you feel more comfortable when talking to strangers in English. A. Don't worry about making mistakes. Remember, everyone makes mistakes, even native English speakers. Don't be afraid to make errors while speaking. The more you practice, the better you will get. B. Listen carefully. Listening is just as important as speaking in a conversation. Pay attention to what the other person is saying and try to understand their words. This will help you respond better. C. Keep your sentences simple. If you're still learning English, it's okay to use simple sentences. You don't need to speak like a native speaker right away. Focus on being clear and understandable. D. Practice regularly. The more you practice talking to strangers, the more confident you will become. Try to talk to people whenever you can, even if it's just for a few minutes. Conclusion. Talking to strangers in English may seem challenging at first, but with practice, you'll get better and more confident. Start small, ask simple questions, and listen carefully. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, and remember that everyone appreciates a friendly conversation. With these tips, you'll be able to start conversations, keep them going, and enjoy speaking English with others.